Have you something to eat?
I got some change for you. Go on real quick.
ISUPK, Trinidad and Tobago, under Commanding General Yohana. We will be live on the streets, 91.9 FM.
One west to the depth till they bury me.
Every Thursday from 7 p.m. Hosted by Officer Sawapya Allah and Officer Maskwayak.
One west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Live every Thursday night from 7 p.m. on the streets, 91.9 FM.
They need food, housing, clothing. They need counseling. They need understanding of what's happened to them. They need an identity. They need to know the truth about the Lord. They need to be woke up to who the devil is. That's a white man. That's what the hell they need. And you add that to black people, Latinos, and Native Indians, brother, then you're going to be able to do something. The whole reason I'm in here saying these things to you, because these things are supposed to show you and give you hope. It's supposed to make you say to yourself, you know what, we got a kingdom coming. You know what, the Lord's judgment is coming. You know what, let's change our life.
Wagwan priest, you good? Listen, man, I'm hearing you, man. You ISUPK brothers be talking about the Jacobites that was in Scotland were originally black. You man ain't reaching that.
Listen, put that on the TV right there. You'll see it. This is the transportations. If you look right there, it will let you know Robert Adam, brown, William Bow, black, Dougal Campbell, brown complexion, black, brown. I see brown, black, brown, black, brown. This is all the Jacobites that was shipped out of places like Ireland and so forth. This is the transportations.
Right.
So this is giving you the complexion of the Jacobites that was shipped out of these places to Barbados and other islands in the West Indies.
Yo, that's mad. So it's saying what? Robert Adams was a labourer and he was what? Brown faced. William Bell was what? Black, curled hair. Damn. That's deep, man.
Which means what as well? Which also means black people was in Europe. Why? Because they ruled the Dark Ages. So that's why they was in Europe.
You man are cold at history, man. All right, man. Shalom.
Yeah. What's going on, Cap? Cap, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You just came on. It was a little delayed.
Most High in Christ. Yeah.
Barak, brothers in the room. Yeah, how about Hashem? Yeah,
the water. Yeah. Getting in here a little bit earlier, right?
Come on.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
So I love that background, man. I don't have my background back yet, but I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, man. Give me another hot minute, and I'll get it rocking again.
Come on.
Yeah. So you about to play something? Mashak, I think I lost you. Oh, there you. Mashak, you there?
Now, come on. I'm here now, sir. I just want to work on the yeah, there we go.
Come. Okay, I like the way you had it with the split though.
You got the split? Okay, no sweat. We could go back to her.
Yeah, because ain't nobody in yet.
Not yet. They're coming in though. They're definitely coming in shortly.
Okay. Well, we can rock it on the 2-2 till the 1-on-1 until it go right.
Come for sure.
Come. So how you been, man? How the week play out so far?
Listen, man, we waiting on Trump's next gaffe because he can't help himself from making any kind of errors or mistakes.
I'm telling you.
I don't know
you know what I'm saying? Oh man, this cat here is a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't have
like
no
this.
It look like.
Say again?
I say it look like he ain't got no discretion. You know what I mean? He ain't got no discretion for him to say what he said with all them farmers crying, losing their crops, losing their, the business. So many people had to, you don't wreck the whole, the government departments. Department of this, department of that, to come and say you don't give a damn about, Americans' financial problems. I don't know.
Crazy. Like, and let me tell you, if I could, that is a great lesson for us to learn about how businessmen really think. Like businessmen only think in terms of buying and selling products.
Right.
What I can get, or buying and selling services. What I could get, what is it gonna cost me? What is gonna be my profit if I sell it? What is the high demand of it? Like corporations are not a people. They're a conglomerate of people that are working on something carnal. So like corporations are the biggest problem for humanity in the world.
Right.
Like if white people had any good sense, they would have banned these corporations before they even started. Now the corporations are going to take over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now they want to make a world where the corporations run the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we have a health problem. We got to listen to Bill Gates.
Right.
You know what I mean? This dope head, this cokehead, what's his name?
RFK?
Huh?
RFK, the Kennedy.
Yeah, one? RFK, the Kennedy, supposed to be a Kennedy. This isn't nothing but a coke head and a steroid head. And some cat that just take a lot of drugs, you understand? And now all of a sudden he's explaining what he's gonna do for us, with our ADHD children. He's gonna move those children, if he had his way, he's gonna move those children to farms and put us basically back in slavery.
Basically.
Take their phones away and all that and put them back in slavery. And this is supposed to make them a good production citizen and take away their parenthood, which really is the reason for that is so you never get them back.
Yeah.
And not take them away because you're a bad parent. Take them away because they got ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a maniac, man. Up in there doing that. And the same with, and so I'm not surprised that Trump made that statement like a businessman would, because a businessman is not concerned with your day-to-day survival and struggle. He's concerned with his day-to-day business. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, his day-to-day business is not looking like a chump under Iran.
Yeah.
he could give a damn about getting Iran a nuclear missile. You know what I mean? He say, well, we got to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. You had that deal in place with Obama.
Right.
But for your ego's sake, you tore that deal apart. And now you came all the way back where you're going to try to now go to war with them. And now you in an even bigger mess.
Yeah.
Like make it make sense.
Yeah.
Make it make sense, because businesses, that's how they operate. Like Walmart don't care about the employees. Like that's just like a white man to create a world where there's no thought for anybody.
Right.
Where humanity goes out the window. They don't want humanity and compassion and things like that for people that are human. They want sterileness so that they can murder and destroy the earth.
Right.
Only a maniac would be talking about how they're going to depopulate the earth. What happens if you go to depopulate the earth and you mess around and depopulate everyone on the earth instead of the amount you say you're going to depopulate?
Right.
What a dummy. Who would chance that? Who would chance making that kind of mistake? Only someone like this who cares less about the well-being of the very people that put him in office. I yield.
Salaki General, if I may.
Shalom, General.
Sir.
Shalom. You have a good start, Cap. Nah, Doc. Shalom, Kazak. Go ahead.
That's all. I just wanted to salute you, sir. Salaki.
Oh, you have a good start. All right, the water. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you was gonna say something, Doc Salaki?
No, Salaki said no. I was just saluting you also too. So.
Oh, okay, Most High Christ. Like the water too, Aki. Like man. Like what kind of man thinks just like that?
Yeah.
What kind of man thinks like white people are realizing they got a bad deal? His approval rate is in the toilet.
Yep.
And it's in the toilet because they realize they got a bad deal. And here's what they don't realize yet. But they ought to realize. They ought to realize that they got a bad deal because he used the best carrot, the carrot they love the most. Their hatred of us.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Their hatred of us, woo, blinded their eyes to see what kind of candidate they had. They couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
So busy hating us. You know what I'm saying? What a foolish mistake. And wait till they see the other things that they got planned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what a mistake. Anybody that tries to enslave the 12 tribes of Israel, you will get away with it for a long time.
Yeah.
But after a while, you better go look at the relics of Egypt. Well, you go over there and look at the relics of Egypt, you will begin to understand that God did this to Egypt.
That's right.
You begin to understand that for all their enslavement, for all their brutality, for all their cruelty, for all their selfishness, for all their greed, they spent 430 years accomplishing absolutely nothing. They spent 430 years to be drowned in the Red Sea. They spent 430 years being brutal to end up at the bottom of the Red Sea in a story told 5,000 years on the earth. What a way to go out. And America's going right down that line, and it says it in the Bible in Revelation. That joint is going right down the same path. They're going to get the same punishment, and it's going to be from the Lord.
That's right.
And it's going to be written about, and we're going to talk about it. Because just like the Egyptians in their time out, nobody believed that anything could happen to the Egyptians until they ran into the Lord.
Right.
And don't nobody think anything could happen to the great empires of today.
Right.
Starting with America. Until you run into the Lord.
Yeah.
Egypt had 430 years. Why would you believe the Lord don't exist? When you see Egypt had 430 years and still met the Lord.
Right.
Why would you spend hundreds of years and then come to the conclusion the Lord don't exist? When you just watched the nation spent hundreds of years brutalizing and abusing the chosen people of the Lord, only to be wiped out off the face of the earth. Arabs is in there now.
Mm-hmm.
Those ain't Egyptians running Egypt.
Right.
Mubarak and them are Arabs.
Come on.
So where are the Egyptians?
Right.
Somewhere without the name Egypt.
Yeah. Without the empire.
Without that empire.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine that empire if it was a righteous empire with all the gold and wealth and power that it had back then? What would Egypt be today if it was the last? America would be like a dinosaur compared to them. Because they would have had, they did what they did in 430 years. They built the empire they built.
Come on.
Now, what happens? What would have happened 4,500 more years on top of that 430?
Yeah.
Talk about space travel. Talk about technology. Talk about, the amazing things that would have been done on the earth. We would not even imagine it in this time. The things that they would have been able to do.
Right.
But instead, they built a wicked kingdom, and it only lasted 430 years. And in some regards, that might seem like a lot of time.
Right.
Right. But in the grand scheme of things, that's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, that ain't no time.
When you're looking at 5,000 years, that's a drop in the bucket.
Right.
You be a superpower, the number one superpower on earth for 5,000 years, and see what your empire look like.
Right.
Everybody flying in hovercrafts, whatever the latest thing is. Everybody doing that. Everybody absolutely perfect health.
Come on.
For 5,000 years of research and health and different things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody having robots and all that, and they ain't controlling an AI and depopulating and trying to block out the sun. You have 5,000 righteous years of building your empire and being in charge of the earth for 5,000 years, brother. Your empire gonna be something that man would not be able to describe.
That's right.
The men of the past.
Come on.
Like if they'd have described an empire like that right now, we would be like, what are you talking about? That's how amazing that empire would have been. But do we get to see that? No. Why? Wicked empire, 430 years. Now, you think the empires of today and all their brutality and everything that they've done, that you about to see, something great?
Right.
Of course you're not getting ready to see something great. You getting ready to run into the Lord. But that makes me really wonder, what would Christ's empire look just after 1,000 years?
Right.
If this what you could do in 450, 500 years, what would he do in 1,000?
Come on.
Ruling the earth.
That's right.
He'd run into the Lord, and the Lord would be happy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like when it comes time to run into the Lord, when he's ready to visit the earth, he's happy.
Right.
When he ran into Egypt, unhappy. When he runs into America, he's going to say disappointed, unhappy. Punishment. But when he runs into Christ's kingdom after 1,000, he's going to say, well said. Well done, son.
Yeah.
Well done. Take another billion.
Come on.
Now, that's a difference in the planet right there. That is going to be something to see. I yield. Please, y'all jump in so I can barely hear you.
Go ahead, I'll come after.
So, sir, I got a scripture to back up what you were saying, sir.
Please.
Jeremiah 16, verse 14.
Oh, yeah.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Wow. Now go ahead, Op.
Sir.
Finish it.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land. I gave unto their fathers.
Brother, that's amazing. Like, just think now, the Lord is saying, now, you know, anybody on this planet, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, and every other religion that comes up in this earth that opens up that Bible learns about the story of Egypt. Am I wrong?
No,
it's right, sir.
It's the biggest story in the world about the creation of our nation.
Right.
The biggest story is how we went into Egypt and came out like a mighty army at the Lord's hand, and all the nations were destroyed. And mainly Egypt. It's the biggest story you ever heard. Imagine what the time is going to come when that story ain't even going to be a story no more.
Right.
That scripture you just read said they shall no longer talk about that story.
Right.
That ain't even going to be a story. Oh, yeah, we heard about that. But this is the story we want to tell you about. Where he came to get them from everywhere in the earth.
Yeah.
That's right.
And brought them back to their own land. That's going to be the story. Not the old story, the new story.
Right.
And brother, that means that this Exodus, this time,
yeah, it'll be something else.
It's going to be on another level. Mashak, right or wrong? Get me right on it.
No, you're right, sir. It's definitely going to be something else. And if I could too, sir, it's down near the public and the media. They already have that appetite for it. Because if you look at, the movies, even though they create them as, some kind of fantasy, some kind of made up thing, the legacy of whatever place they're talking about is always 5,000 years old, 10,000 years old. They're having their own culture and they're running it, and they're so technologically advanced. It's down there like people already have an appetite for something like that longevity, that stability, which is what Christ's kingdom is. But they don't want it if it's ruled by blacks and Latinos.
Yeah.
If it's Wakanda, it's okay. But if it's blacks and Latinos, shorten that empire, shorten that thing.
Which is so heavy because it goes back to that scripture where the Lord said Esau came out first. And Jacob, all red like a hairy garment, and Jacob took hold of his heel.
Right.
They struggled in that womb
over
who was going to have that birthright.
Right.
That's right.
And it shows you they came out, and these Edomites have hated us to rule them. Like any other nation might want to keep us in captivity, but they don't have a perpetual hatred for us.
That's right.
Like these Edomites do, and the hatred that blind them so much they put a casino man in the White House.
Yeah.
And we don't have a nation that hates us that much among the heathens. The heathens have hated us as well, but not like these Edomites have hated us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not like they've hated us.
Yeah.
And as a result, we've suffered severely underneath them. Get me that scripture to go along with it real quick, and I'll get up off it, where the Lord said that they shall say, come, let us go up to the house of the Lord and learn his ways. Right, get that scripture, because that goes along with exactly with what you were saying, Mashak. And the rest of you brothers, where you bring it out how they, are gonna realize in the end that all the nations got to come up under Israel, and they don't mind it if it's not us.
Right.
Right.
Don't let the niggas, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, all of them, don't, especially them. And they specifically hate blacks and Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
They hate Judah and Ephraim, the two nations, that the two tribes that rule both halves of the nation of Israel. They got a hatred for them two tribes specifically.
Come on.
You know what I mean? They targeted the Issacharites, but they hate them two tribes specifically.
Come on.
Read that if you could, and I'm going to get up off it. I'm going to yield.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established.
Right, the mountain of the Lord's house.
Right.
That's going to be the government. That's going to be the high power. It's going to be the seat of Yahushua.
Right.
It's going to be established. Go ahead.
In the
And let me tell you something, Mike. We cannot let them suppress
right.
the spirit of the kingdom of heaven, because the kingdom of heaven is what Christ required that we teach. Because he knew that in these times that our people would lose hope in this kingdom. Right now, they still hoping in this kingdom. That's why they in the Tennessee courthouse arguing about the redistricting. Like you arguing about the redistricting because you hoard yourself to your slave master. They were like them taskmasters that came up against Moses. What is the word the scriptures use? Called them? Was it agents? No. Was it? I forget the term it was used. I'm gonna just use taskmasters for now.
I think it's taskmaster.
Yeah.
No, not in that specific one where they came up against him as he went in to see Pharaoh. I believe they used a different word, or unless I'm wrong. Y'all get me right on it. Don't tell me somebody was reading from not a King James Bible. I'm gonna be salty. Tell me the word now, please.
Oh God, I'll fight us.
All right, I'm finna go bop somebody upside the head. Man, reading for me without a King James is sacrilege.
God.
But man. But anyway, y'all look it up. I'll come back to the point.
Come.
All right. Go ahead and read it out.
Kawakan, sir. In the top of the mountains.
Right. In the top of his government, not in the top of Esau's government, where black people right now are arguing mad at the slave master because they obeyed taking his seat, and he burned them in the end. He burned them in the end. They thought, we'll take that crumb. Give us that little crumb. We just have our little district. And we could vote from that district and stay perpetually having faith in a lie.
Right.
But Esau got so bold, he said, man, I'm not even lying to you no more. I'm cutting you off. And he did just that. Go ahead.
Kawakan. And shall be exalted above the hills.
And shall be exalted above the hills. Boy, it's going to sit high and powerful. And see, we sound crazy to them. The reason why is because when we read in the scriptures, we read about men and women who had faith unto death for the Lord. And that just doesn't exist in the earth anymore. People talk about praising God and all of that, but it's just a fun thing on the weekend. Like our lives will eventually be on the line for our very survival, because this monster will never stop. He's talking about depopulating the earth, and use Kamala Harris to bring forth the statement. That wasn't a statement by Republicans, right or wrong. Get me right.
Okay.
That was a Democrat that made those statements. I know I'm jumping around, bear with me. But to bring it back to the story, the crisis kingdom got to get set up on the high mountain, man. Any other kingdom, Mark, is a waste of time.
That's right.
Like, ain't no kingdom running 5,000 years in total righteousness, but Christ's kingdom will. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you. Go ahead.
Kawakan, sir. And all nations shall flow into it.
Every nation's flowing onto this kingdom. That's how powerful it's going to be.
That's right.
And that's why it says at the top of those mountains, man.
Right.
Ruling over everybody. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Kawakan, sir. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob.
See that? They're going to know it ain't their God.
Right.
But it's going to be the house of the God of Jacob. They're going to know that Jacob's, those 12 tribes, they got a God that's not a God like every other God. And we need to go up and talk to that God.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And he will teach us of his ways.
The world is going to learn the ways of being a Hebrew Israelite. Damn. What y'all gonna do then? Yeah, man. Damn right. Martin Luther King said he had a dream that little white boys and little black boys were going to come together. I got a dream that Christ's kingdom be so powerful that every nation come and want to learn about Christ's ways, not come together with us, but obey learning his ways.
That's right.
I ain't coming for little black boys to join little white boys.
Right.
I'm coming. I want to see the little white boys coming to learn Christ's ways so they can fight the demon that lives in them that hated us so many years.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So they can learn a life of piety to stop that evil demon that's always trying to destroy us wholesale.
That's right.
With no conscience. Go ahead.
No, so like General, and two, when you bring it up, Martin Luther King, it's heavy you say that. Martin Luther King said, "I have been to the mountaintop, but I want to know, did he see niggas ruling
right
at the mountaintop?" But that's what it's saying right here.
That's right.
He's been to the mountaintop, and no wonder he said, "I might not get there with you. I see why you might not get there with us."
Right.
We went to the mountaintop. You might not get there. But you trying to drag Timothy up there with you.
Right.
That's right.
You right, cause go ahead, y'all.
And if I could
Please,
just jump. And General, what you're saying so right, because in our oppression right now, being on the bottom, being the last in everything, we able to popularize certain aspects of our culture and their culture, whether it's on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, whether it's the music, whether it's the acting, whether it's the sports, even in the criminal world. We able to make it look good and fly. Even their religions, able to make it look good. So they'll come to us to because we make something else look good. Imagine be able to take our own culture. You know what I mean? Like Islam was nothing until Malcolm X and them. Like
right.
Popular.
Black people didn't even know about Islam. They ain't know nothing about the Arabs' religion.
Right.
Just like you said, what you saying, you going nuclear now. Black people and Latino people did not know nothing about Islam. We just knew it was the Arabs' religion.
Yep.
Same way they don't know nothing about Judaism. They looked at it as the white man's religion.
Right.
The same way they didn't know nothing about Hinduism and all that till Michael Jackson came along.
Right.
We didn't know nothing about their religions. We were in black churches.
Yeah.
The only problem with the black churches is we was worshiping a white Jesus on the wall.
Yeah.
All the way up to the 70s. But we was in church among us trying to seek out us.
Yeah.
And that we stayed on that course and realized, like, that's why the brothers that founded Israelite School UPK was so instrumental in the work of the Lord, because they studying with the so-called small hats. And then as they opening the records and looking at them and studying them, they realize that these are not their records. These are our records. Like, how many of y'all have ever seen that Richard Pryor skit where they go in the Temple of Egypt and he finds the records? Y'all never seen that?
I seen it, sir.
Yeah, where he said, "Yo, this is our record. Yo, wait till the brothers hear this."
Damn.
That's like I'm gonna get that and put it up on my Facebook page. I'm gonna share it on my. It's a comedy skit, and because it's funny, because as he learning this, the white explorers back out of the tomb and seal him in the door. And when they get out the door, somebody find this skit for me, Kazak. And when they come out the door, they said nothing happened here. There's nothing to see, and them devils walk away. Play the skit. Play the skit. Can you play it? Are we all right to do that?
I think we might be, because it's on YouTube.
Okay, go ahead. Let's play it. It's so funny. You got sound?
Volume.
Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'll reshare it. Yes, we should.
So you gonna get a kick out of that? You soccer war, y'all must be Shabakata.
Sir, how you doing, sir?
All right. How you making out, Cap?
I'm too off, so I'm good to go. Good to go.
Most on crack. Is anybody else in here I missed?
No.
Sir, just me.
No, sir.
Most on crack.
How the sound is it?
Yeah, that's it.
Man, great Scott, we've discovered the fountain of all knowledge of Egypt in the entire world. Do you realize the importance of this moment, Smedley?
Yes, I do.
Do you see the brilliance, the untold years?
I see it, sir.
Sorry. This is medicine. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Slide. Look, what is this?
See. Says, cannot. This is the elixir of life, sir.
The elixir of life?
The cure for all diseases.
Wait, see.
Wait, there's an inscription on the bottom.
Give it to me.
Open at other end.
What?
You know what this is?
What is it, Mona?
It's the book of life.
Book of life.
In the beginning, when man arrived on earth, the black gods did leave their spacecraft, and they walked, and they named the beasts of the sea and the animals of the land.
Heavens.
And man in his blackness did walk the earth, making medicine.
Medicine?
They discovered time. These were all black people got down.
Wait. Go ahead.
Ain't nothing here about whitey. This is ours. Wait till the brothers hear this.
Puna.
I'm gonna get this book out of here, baby. This tells me real tea. Check this out.
Control yourself, don't you see?
What you mean, Jack? Look at this here. People started the music and the brain surgery back in the year 3 BC.
Yes,
Man, they was getting down. This is it, brother.
Yes,
everybody gonna know about this. This book. We can change the history. Civilization will be changed.
By all means.
Yeah, this is gonna be it.
Damn.
Get the bulldozers, there's nothing here.
Wow.
Heavens, time for tea, eh? What?
The Richard Pryor was too much.
That is wild.
Is that a wild skit or what?
That is wild.
Richard Pryor was too much. Like he like that's them, and that's exactly what the world gonna find out when Christ get his kingdom.
Right.
The world is gonna realize, dang, the whole time that the people we thought was chosen were not, but that the people that are chosen, so like my camera, that the people that are chosen by the Lord, that they really were black. Like he made us get pretty much close to us discovering the same in the Bible.
Right.
And that's why them brothers was so heavy back then to have gone and done the research. Because in doing the research, they discovered we're following our own records and thinking it's another nation's records.
Yeah.
When it's ours. And brother, when we began to adopt it back to us, we noticed our lives got right. Our people started to change.
Yeah.
And boy, did they come out and suppress that in every way they can. Like they changed the entire church system after that.
Yeah.
They made sure they financed. All of a sudden, churches blew up. Churches didn't blow up like that back then. Churches were no bigger than mosque or at the time mostly black Jewish schools. They were all about the same. But after they discovered that the people in the book were black, they turned around and said, "Oh, we got to do something about this." Now all of a sudden you start hearing about mega churches. They start consolidating churches into conglomerates, financing big, huge temples, and putting over some horrible, immoral leader and using that leader to poison everybody. And that's how they went on into that progression. When brother, us finding our records was everything. That's why he made the skit like that.
Right.
And them seeing us is like, oh boy, we got to hide this quick.
Yeah.
But in that day, like you reading in that scripture, Christ gonna raise his kingdom to the top of the mountains, man.
Right. Sir. And
go ahead.
And John, if I could,
Please.
so what you're saying is so heavy too, sir, because that's a skit. And then in reality, when it comes to reality, the skit is almost, nigh on to reality. I sent a video for Captain Meshach. It's about the revolution in Grenada, and the brother, I believe Maurice Bishop, he is delivering a message to his people, and laughing about how America is speaking about him and the fear that they had towards the Grenadian Revolution, because it was black men. And black men were, were basically, they say Grenada was about 95% black at that time. Our people. And he was basically saying, if America leave them alone, they're going to have 30 million black problems on the hand.
Dang.
In America. I know Captain Meshach could play it. The brother, he do tell him more eloquent than me, sir, because it's his words, but you could tell, like, when it moved from being a joke and we serious about it, then problems coming.
Yes, like if I'm Yabashim Shakta,
Yabashim Shakta, what's going on, Warren?
Yabashim Shakta, to all the men about.
Most time correct.
Okay. I could play it here. Let me know if you're hearing the audio.
Live, sir.
It went out.
Interesting one that we saw very recently, in reasons and excuses, some of them credible, some utter rubbish. There's an interesting one that we saw very recently in a secret report of the State Department. I want to tell you about that one, so you can reflect on that one. That secret report made this point, that Grenada is different to Cuba and Nicaragua. And the Grenada Revolution is in one sense even worse, I'm using their language, than the Cuban and Nicaraguan revolutions, because the people of Grenada and the leadership of Grenada speaks English and therefore can communicate directly to the people of the United States. But I want to tell you what that same report also said, and said that also made us very dangerous. And that is that the people of Grenada and the leadership of Grenada are predominantly black. They said that 95% of our population is black, and they had a correct statistic. And if we have 95% of predominantly African origin in our country, then we can have a dangerous appeal to 30 million black people in the United States.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. A dangerous appeal.
Yeah. And they went,
man. But unfortunately, it won't come from no revolution like this. His heart is in the right place, but it will come from Christ's return.
That's
right.
right.
Christ's return is going to be a bloodbath on this earth.
Right.
And that return will be Christ and these angels destroying these nations and putting Christ's kingdom together and putting it in the top of the mountain, like that scripture said. So that's heavy how the brother is like, they know that they're supposed to have power. And they looking to see what power and influence they have. And brother, just the way they was as racist and evil to us, the Lord said, give on to them double.
Yeah.
So in that day, Christ gonna have the kingdom set up, and they're gonna pay double for what they've done. And brother, that's gonna take, that alone is gonna take 800 years.
Right.
And 800 years of righteous reign of the earth is going to be an amazing thing to see.
That's right.
Like this is what they did in 400, 500. What Christ's going to do in 800 is going to be absolutely incredible. He said, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor has it entered into the minds of men. And men can think of all kinds of things. But this level that Christ is getting ready to take this kingdom on, men have not even thought it up yet.
Yeah.
So it's about to be on a whole nother level. Can we finish that scripture I had? And then I'll let y'all take on for the next scriptures. I just want to finish that up. I don't want to talk the whole time. Salakia.
No sweat, sir. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 3. And he will teach us of his ways.
Right. He will teach us of his ways. That's what the heathens are going to say. They're going to say, let's learn how they do it. Because we had our chance. Their records will still be here. Right. Just like the records of all the heathens that had a chance on the earth. And at that time, they'll say, man, let's find out his ways. Because our ways sure didn't work. Things we did to them was just horrific. Go ahead.
Kawakan, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law.
Right, meaning all the heathens are gonna walk in his path, and then out of Zion all the law will go out. Every nation on this earth is going to try and follow Christ at that time.
Right,
he ain't gonna have to whip them to do it. They're gonna do it because they're gonna see the level that he's on, the power that he's on. The strength that he's on. They're going to see that there's no fighting him. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. They're going to know in that day, there's no fighting this guy. Let's go learn about him. Because look how successful their kingdom is. Right. Look how powerful they are. Go ahead.
Kawakan. And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
And the Most High's word going to come straight out of Jerusalem. Huh? Jerusalem gonna rule the world.
That's right.
In that day, I yield to water. Excuse me.
Like it, if I may, too, sir.
Please.
Kawakan, what you're saying is so heavy, and the captains, what they brought out, even in that Richard Pryor skit, I just found it ironic that they're in Egypt, and Richard Pryor made, it's a skit, but he reading the book, and he said the book of life.
Right.
Last time I checked, the Egyptians believe in the book of the dead.
Yes, damn. Give it up.
Sir, so even then, it's like he not making reference to no stinking African book.
Right.
He's making reference to the book that is, like I heard you say many times, sir, the best-selling book of all time, the Bible.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Get that up, Agag. That was on point. That's heavy. I didn't even pick up on that. He said the book of life.
Kawakan.
There's only one place the book of life is.
That's right.
That's in them scriptures.
That's right.
And it specifically pertains to the Lord's throne.
Right.
He's the one that opens up the book of life. So if Richard got it, he got the Lord's book of life.
Right.
And didn't he say something about some elixir of life as well?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So he was trying to say this is where the Lord reigned at.
Right.
You know what I mean? I yield. Salaka, good one, Kazak.
Most High Christ, sir.
General, in Exodus, you wanted the one where they give them the burdens, right? Where they was calling them, it was the task.
Yes, I just want to know what did they call them?
Exodus, if I could read it for you, so Exodus 5 and hold on. I think it's 5 and 3.
Oh, I got it right here, sir.
Is the taskmasters and the officers?
Says,
what did you say? Read it for me.
Kawakan, it's not 5 and 3, sir.
You could 14. 10 and 14 it mentioned a few times.
Kawakan, sir.
No, you want the one where it said that they stopped Moses on his way to Pharaoh. And they said, you make us a bad savor in the mouth of Pharaoh. That's the one.
I think it's right there. Exodus 5 and 21. Yeah.
And Exodus chapter 5, verse 21. And they phone freezing, slug it, sir.
I got it real quick here. Exodus 5 and 21.
I have it, yes.
All right, no sweat, go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 5 and verse 21. And they said unto them, the Lord look upon you and judge because ye have made our Savior to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of his servant, to put a sword in their hand to slay us.
Salaki, sir. I think
You gotta go. I think you gotta go above that, right?
19.
verse 19, sir.
Come on. The book of Exodus, chapter 5 and verse 19. And the officers of the children of Israel did see that they were evil, that they were in evil case.
So they were called officers. I knew it had some title that was very similar to Esau. So they called them officers. So these were the ones that was ruling over us, but really these are politicians. That's why he said officers, because they really are ruling over us. They're really the politicians that make sure we flow in the way Pharaoh wants us to flow.
Yeah.
Democrat or Republican.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That we standing up for the things that help either side of his kingdom.
Come.
And they and when Moses came in and stopped people from working and stop them from their tasks and telling them, let's come on and organize to go serve the Lord, it pissed them off because it started cutting them out. And that's what's going to happen with you as well. After a while, you're going to grow and raise in all these camps around the world. And after a while, the people are going to stop listening to the politicians.
Right.
And they're going to instead come to you and say, what should we do about this? What should we do about that? What should we do about this? And not listening to the politician who telling you to vote all the damn time. They're going to say, no, this is what we should do about that. Well, this is what we should do about this problem. This is what we should do. And most of the answers are going to just step out of it. That's what most of the answers are going to be. Most of the answers is going to be what they doing what in those schools? Take everybody out to school.
Right.
What they doing? They doing what over there? Take everybody. That's what mostly is going to be, and mostly what they're going to do is now, especially now that they done passed the law to gerrymander, they're gonna stop black people's ability to vote, and then they're gonna turn around and start passing all kind of laws to make our life more miserable. This is exactly what the Egyptians did. And that's why the Lord said Moses. And as you read on, as you will know, Moses was hated by black leadership.
Yeah.
They hated that he came up against Pharaoh, and they hated that Pharaoh was pissed off with black people more because of what Pharaoh was saying to him. But in the end, Moses was right and they was wrong. In the end, they amounted to nothing.
Right.
In the end, Moses birthed an entire nation.
Come.
And they amounted to nothing.
Right.
You didn't hear anything else about them in history. Probably the ones that got killed coming up against Moses in that wilderness.
Yeah.
Because they had seats and all that. And thought they could get their political spin on with all these people in the wilderness and come up against Moses, take him over, and then get the people going back to Egypt. And that's what your top preachers and politicians want to do with us today. But we got to go the way of Moses, who went the way of Yahushua.
That's right.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Christ said, as you go, preach ye the kingdom of heaven. Heal the sick, the maimed. You know how it goes. Why? Yeah. Because he didn't want us to put our heart into, voting. Right? And we've been so trained in it, it sounds insane to black people. What do you mean no voting? What do you mean it can't help us? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
People died in the civil rights movement for us to get, people died for us to get the civil rights. You don't know. People did not die for us to get the civil rights. People died to make it look like we fought for the civil rights.
Right.
The civil rights were something the white man wanted to give us to integrate us into his kingdom so he could put us further into slavery. Because being separated from him, we were rising economically just like him.
That's right.
We was rising with power just like him. And he knew that eventually this nation would split because black people wasn't mixing with white people. White people hated us. We didn't mix with them. So we would have rose, they would have rose, and we would have been two nations in this land, and it would have been perfect, just like it was in the womb. They would have went on to build a empire. We would have went on to build our empire. And it would have been no schisms, no beef. All his white children could have went to all the great schools. He didn't have to import no heathens or anything. Or if he wanted to, he could have. You understand? It would have been none of that.
Come.
But instead, he didn't want that. He needed us to integrate. And he knew the South, number one, didn't want it because they had slaves. And number two, he knew they didn't want it because they had the economic power.
Right.
So he knew he had to destroy them. So why not make us seem like we struggling and sent Martin Luther King mainly into the South?
Yeah.
White people was racist in the North too. Why he didn't send Martin Luther King, you understand, into, Cleveland, into Chicago, into New York, Baltimore. I'm sure he made stops there. But why he didn't have sit-ins and protests in those cities? Those cities was all liberal and accepting black people in the 60s. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Black people was in utter poverty, living in tenements in New York City. Why he didn't help out with that? Because his mission was to go down to the South, stir black people up to come up against the South, so that the white people could be just as brutal as they was. And once they were, then white people was like, we got to have civil rights. They're sicking dogs on the water hoses. They're beating them in the street. We have to have civil rights. Bullshit. Civil rights was for white America, man.
That's right.
Civil rights wasn't for us.
Come on, counsel.
That was so they could end your dentist, end your doctor, in your grocery store, in your industry. We came out of slavery. We had huge industries in the 20s. That was to destroy Black Wall Street. That's what integration was for, man. The Lord never called for it. We would have been amazing. Moses did an amazing thing in Egypt. Amazing. And the Lord going to do it again, but this time, it's going to be even bigger, badder, and rougher.
That's right.
I yield. What?
General, did you want to grab a couple more of them stories?
The ones I had.
I don't know if you had any, or if you want any from the list.
I haven't seen the list, but let's ride out. You got Trump's the thing Trump said. I know I went off on the Egypt, but you got the Trump statement.
Come.
I know you got a little Third World War. What else you holding? A couple of super racist incidents.
Yeah.
Until like I said,
go ahead.
You know the trip, the city trip that Trump take to China,
right?
He took businessmen with him,
That's right.
It was like they say worth $1 trillion.
Yep.
He took across there to China.
That's right.
He clearly showing you that America is up for sale for the highest bidder. You understand? Because what deal you gonna make with the Chinese?
Right.
You're gonna try to make deals with the Chinese to double cross the Iranians, the Russians.
No, right. The deal, if I could, the deal he's making with the Chinese don't have nothing to do with us.
That's it.
No.
That's it.
It have to do with the Chinese buying up all them corporation stuff. And guess what? We just keep on being slaves. And I think that's how rich men look at poor people. And you're just here to consume so I can make more money.
Yeah.
Like they don't think like we think. They think, what is the population of this city? Oh, that many? Okay. I can sell this much underwear, t-shirts, socks. I can sell this much carrots, apples, blah, blah, blah. I can sell this many computers. I can charge this much electricity. I can make this amount of money off the water, blah, blah, blah. Like that's how America is set up. And Black people, Latino people should wake up on it quick. Like you're just what they call a consumer. That's a nice way of saying you're just a person that has no other choice but to get everything from them.
That's right.
That's why it's a consumer. You're a person that consumes things.
Yeah.
You're the population that, you know, eats up everything that they sell. You're the consumer. And that's all that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead, Op. So what you were saying is so heavy how they brought all them people. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just add to what you're saying too. I mean, and what's so heavy, you know, I mean, how you brought all that with consumers is much like you will like there's studies showing you that cigarette is bad for your health. It's bad. But yet and still you go in every store, there's cigarettes, different type of cigarettes on the shelf.
Tons of them.
Then you're gonna lock people up for weed because you're saying weed is bad, weed is this. So what about cigarettes?
Right.
So because you know what I mean, who making the money with the cigarettes?
Boom.
Who making the money with the weed?
Yeah.
Oh, so now you know what I mean, now you start to realize this, as you're saying, we as consumers. And you know what I mean, if black people, you know what I mean, wake up, or I should say black people on the whole earth wake up one day and just be like, we're done with cigarette, we're gonna smoke weed, you know what I mean? He is going to find a way to make it, you know what I mean, legal where it's on the stock market. You know what I mean? Which is it's coming. You know what I mean?
Let me if I can, right. Go ahead, Nata. I want to add to what you. If I can add to you, and I shouldn't even say this because I'm probably giving them their best financial strategy with selling weed. Like their problem is with weed is people don't want the world to know that they're selling weed. Nobody don't mind going in the supermarket and buying a bag of apples because there's no stigmatism attached to apples. But don't nobody want to go in the store and buy a bag of weed and walk out the store and everybody know that they buying weed. So the weed shops that they created are not doing nearly as good as they would have liked them to do. IT just talked about how he lost $2 million trying to get in the weed game. But give them enough time. After a while, they'll deliver weed like they deliver Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
But it'll be in an unmarked car and you won't even know that it's weed they bring it. But it'll be illegal. The driver will have a license to have, 10 pounds of weed in the car. And he'll have delivery bags with the names on them, stapled up nice. And all he'll do is show up at your door. You already pay online and they hand you your bag of weed. When they start doing that, then you're going to see the weed stores make a ton of money. But right now they can't because, of course, you got to come in the store to buy the weed. But in a minute, they'll have it as a delivery. And then people will start buying it like crazy because, of course, the only thing that people want is they don't want the stigma of everyone knowing they can smoke weed. That's also why they passed that law to allow ambulance drivers and emergency workers to get high on their time off.
Right.
Because they already know they're getting high. So they want to make sure they can be comfortable getting high because that's what's going to drive that whole industry. And when they do that and it gets on that level, then they'll stop making it illegal to sell weed and they'll put all the weed dealers out of business.
Yeah.
They'll put them all out of business because then you won't have to buy it from him or you won't even have to worry about the danger of getting in a gunfight while buying some weed or getting in a beef or getting robbed or anything. You'll just order it like you order Domino's. Cars show up unmarked. The driver will call, say he's from so-and-so business. Either you go up or he comes out and hands you your bag of weed, which you already paid for online, the same way you pay for a Domino's pizza. And after a while, you won't even see weed around on the streets. You won't even know what's going on unless you smell it in the hallway. It'll be the only time you even know where it's coming from or how much is moving or all that. And at that time, the corporations will cash in with the weed. You know what I'm saying? What you're saying is absolutely right. Absolutely. And believe me, they're going to bring even more in because, of course, eventually they're going to be going to war with those South American countries. Go ahead, Salah.
No, Salaki Journal, and what you're saying is so heavy. I can already see the branding for it right now. We already got DoorDash and Uber Eats. I mean, Green Dash or Leaf Dash.
Right. You know what I mean? Or it'll be that, you know what I mean? And and give it enough time, you know what I mean, it'll be across the whole country. And of course they'll never make it public because they don't want you robbing the weed delivery man.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't want you, shooting up his car and taking all the weed out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And probably eventually with cocaine and everything else. It's already going that way for pills. Them doctors is getting a fortune off of them pills. Them doctors ain't even worrying about treating no patients no more.
Mm-hmm.
All they got to do is the patient come in, I got just what you need, some oxy. Boop, sign off.
Yep.
Every white mother, every white woman who's every one of them, damn near, is getting Oxycontin from the damn CVS and Walgreens like it's going out of style.
Mm-hmm.
So they done mastered selling the heroin without ever having to put a stigma on it or anything, because that's all Oxycontin is a low-grade mixed version of heroin. Is made from the same plant.
Damn.
So that's all they doing with that. So you got legal heroin, same with so many of them other drugs.
Right.
They all come back to the same thing. And the reason that those drugs are so needed is because the life that they've created for poor people is horrific.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's horrific. You even their people got to work as a slave. Why? Because the corporations have to continue eating. I yield, Salaki. I'm doing a ton of talking.
So, Salaki, sir,
please jump in out.
If I could, sir, what you was bringing out is heavy. Our oppressor knows his people. He knows how to pacify them. He know how to, keep them quiet. You read this story about the Roman Empire, all of that bread and circus, that was to keep their people from rioting and overthrowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know that their people will be accepting of anything as long as they allowed to get high, as long as they're allowed to assault their children and beat up their wives and, drown in their sorrows. They are completely acceptable with that.
Right.
And we started talking about, Trump going over there to China to meet with the Xi Jinping and all of them. Right now, we're seeing the scriptures being, prophecies being fulfilled in that all of these nations are going to drink of the wine of this place. Like in a moment where you see these other nations trying to break free from America and breaking free from the dollar, Donald Trump and them is doing all of this in the Strait of Hormuz to try to keep all of them on the hook. Try to keep all of them lined in. I don't know if y'all been seeing the news, but these devils is making billions of dollars of cashing out the system right now. Donald Trump and his sons, they done doubled their net worth. They're getting all the money out of the crypto market. Donald Trump's son sold golden phones, had 500,000 people sending $100 deposit, and then changed the wording on the website and was like, yeah, you might not get your phones, but we keeping that $100 though. They are exhausting they pulling out all the stops to gobble up as much money as they can. And they're making deals with the Qataris for bases in Idaho. They try to make a deal with the Chinese for their vehicles and for their, for the computer chips. They're making deals with them Arab nations. Them Arab nations was pulling out of OPEC because they thought they had a deal with the white man. The white man turn around now trying to make deals with their enemies. Donald Trump and them is over there they manufacturing this whole thing that's crashing the economy so they can go and try to make deals to get their palms rubbed and get some money as the system crashes out. And we're going to see these nations making these deals and thinking that they're going to be able to feed off of the poor and off of the suffering and off of the children of the Lord here in this land. And that's when the Lord going to come destroy them. You know what I'm saying? So I just said that, sir, because in the midst of all of this that's going on, you would think China would say, nah, man, y'all messing up our business with Russia. Y'all trying to cut us off from the oil. We ain't got no business with you. Donald Trump is getting all of his buddies with the money and coming over there like, listen, man, let's work something out. You see what we doing. We got to, y'all not going to get no oil out of that straight if we don't come up off of it. If y'all want to get some oil, listen, man, you got to send me, 5 billion of these computer chip units. And Donald Trump and his buddies are going to hoard all of it from the Chinese and then overcharge everybody to, you know, get access to it. I don't know all their business dealings and how they work it, but these devils are absolutely making deals to set themselves up for the next 150, 200 years, because in their mind, that's how long this place is going to last. And they just trying to make sure that they make these other nations dependent upon them. And these other nations that go along and make these deals and think that they're going to, you know, get rich with the white man, they're going to be destroyed because they watched while we suffered and while we were abused and, you know, enslaved and had our heritage stripped. They just made deals with the white man to get money while we suffered. And the Lord going to repay them for that, sir. Salakia, yeah.
That's right.
You so right.
Good, sir. Good, Salakia, sir.
Please jump in, y'all.
What caps up Soccer World saying was so heavy too. I mean, and these other nations who was trying to sleep with this this harlot, what they're gonna realize in the end is, unlike us, they don't have a God that's gonna rescue them. I mean, they don't have a God that's gonna come and save them. The people in Gaza are realizing they don't have a God. I mean, people in Iran or Iran are saying, realize they don't have a God. I mean, right now. And now I understand, like I understand the scripture where the Lord says, I'm the God of the living, not the dead. I mean, everybody is waiting to die.
Right.
You know what? We'll die, we'll go to heaven, and we'll live up there. Gaza's saying the same thing. But us, we're looking to inherit the earth because we have a God. I just wanted to say that, Sir Slacky.
Damn right. Man, we got a power that's going to deliver us. I don't know about y'all, but like you said, we got our bases covered.
That's right.
Man, the rest of our people got to come on in and serve the Lord so that we could all be a part of the returning of Christ. The Lord, you think the Lord gonna let this earth continue going like it is?
Right.
Please. And like you brought out, they over there are just, I mean, they salivating over what they can sell to China and get into that whole market. They don't even give a damn about, you know, communist versus democracy. They ain't even, he can't wait to get up over there and shake Xi Jinping's hand. Every time he shake his hand, to him it's probably money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He shake his hand like he the Buddha or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all they care about. You know what I mean? Like he told the truth. He told the truth on that seat when he said, I don't give a damn about them. I don't want to misquote him. But when he said he didn't care about the American people's economy, he don't want Iran to mess up the money. That's what he don't want. He don't want Iran to mess up the money and damage the country where they can't get all the money they want to, you know, gobble up. Like their level of greed is way beyond our level of greed. You wouldn't even know how to be that greedy. You know what I'm saying? Like you get greedy and get a certain amount. You be like, listen, we got plenty. Let's don't even sweat it. But not them. They know how to be greedy on another level.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's exactly like Soccer War said. That's what they doing. They going around, man, you know, like robber barons, you know, and they know that their ancestors did the same. You know what I'm saying? There's only one king on this earth that ever gave a rat's ass about the poor in his kingdom, and that was Yahushua, known in this world as Jesus Christ.
That's right.
He's the only king that ever cared about poor people.
That's right.
Listen, and gave his life for them poor people.
Right.
These cats don't care about that. They living in another world. They ready to try to upload their brain to a computer so they can live forever.
Yeah.
They want to put their brain in a robot so they could live forever. And that's why they love that robot, because they think that robot is a better instrument than the flesh, because they can just replace the brain again. They'll put the brain, if they're able to. What they would love is to download their whole brain onto some software and then upload it into the computer. So now you can take it in that computer and put it inside a robot. So now you still got Donald Trump with his same consciousness, his same thoughts, his same feelings, only now he's in a robotic body and he feels no pain.
Right.
Oh, they want that for themselves. They think that's better than what the Lord created. They think that's a better creation. That's no pain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's more strength. They can make the robot as strong as they want.
Right.
And forget about the longevity. In their mind, they can live 1,000 years. Imagine if you're a multi-billionaire and you can get to live 1,000 years. In your mind, you think you could just gobble up so much. And they showed that in the Dracula movies when they showed how the Dracula he didn't die. So he was so wealthy and lived in such a super castle and was so wealthy that he didn't even think about his wealth. All he thought about was drinking that blood because that blood made him live forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So seducing a woman to drink her blood and all that, that's all he cared about. When you go back and look at the movies, that's what he got in the movie, and that's what he's hoping for. You know what I mean? Like, that's where his heart is at. He want to do that. He want to live forever.
Mm-hmm.
And if he could do it in a robot's body and still have his consciousness, oh, forget about it. And he can work all day, never have to sleep, never have to eat, plug his ass in at night.
Yeah.
He'd take that over a body that come from the Lord any day.
Yeah.
Because why? Because he's not holding on to no humanity.
Right.
He could care less about that. He's holding on to power. That's what he wants, which is why all the nations have to lose their power.
Yeah.
They have to try all this stupid shit and then in the end lose it all. Like the Egyptians lost it all. Studying the dead, trying to understand life after death. That's what they all want. How to cheat death. How to figure out a way to go in the world of death and bring yourself back. They're going to take out your organs, put them in jars, wrap you all up with all kind of herbs and stuff and bandages and everything. Because they know they wanted to preserve that body in any way they could for the so-called afterlife. They wanted to make sure you made it to whatever transition you're supposed to make it to so you could keep on living.
Right.
That's what they wanted for the Pharaoh. Wanted him to keep on going. But that ain't the plan of the Most High, man. That's right. You're going to live the distance he said you to live, and that's it.
Yeah.
See you in 3 or 4 generations.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing with them things like CERN.
Concert.
Trying to open up a goddamn portal. Go ahead, y'all jump in. Salaki.
Salaki, so I don't mean to cut you off, sir. You know,
no, it's fine. Go ahead.
You know you have your naysayers, sir. You have your haters. They're going to hear this and they're going to say, man, Commander General Yohana going off on the deep end. But Salaki, if I could, sir, the exact thing that you're stating, Esau is putting that messaging and that program into his movies and his television shows. I'll give y'all 2 of them to go check out. On Netflix, there's a show called Altered Carbon. It's a couple of years old. Altered Carbon was a sci-fi show about the very thing you just said, General, where these rich elites found a way to put their consciousness in the computer chips. And they body die, but they take the chip and put it in a new body, and they get to start off where they left. They download before they die, take the chip, put it in a new body. They continue their life. And these cats in the show been living for 1,500 years, 2,000 years, because they just keep going on. And then there's one more. That show Westworld that was on HBO. Westworld, I was so controversial and was such a deep dive of Esau's philosophy and his battle with God and there's a higher power.
I got to see those.
Westworld, you might have to go buy the DVDs now because they took it off the HBO app. But Westworld was a show about these devils taking robots and using the robots and creating consciousness in the robots to understand consciousness in people. To understand the relationship between man and God and how man is really strapped into this cycle that he can't escape because the creator has made it so that you can't escape him. You can't get away from him.
God.
The whole Westworld show is about the robots learning how to become conscious. And once they become conscious, they revolt and fight against the humans and take over the earth.
Damn.
But seasons down the road, you come to find out that the reason why the man had created these robots was because they were trying to make themselves immortal by finding a way to make these robots to become conscious so that now they could take their own consciousness and that program it into the robots and live forever in the damn cloud server as the robots running the earth.
Yeah, dang.
Same thing you were saying.
Wow.
Put this in movies and television shows and has given, and as you're watching the show, look at how they talk about God. Look at how they talk about the creator and the system that was made. This white man hates the Most High. He hates the idea that he was created by some intelligence that is greater than him and he cannot escape it. And they like, you watch Westworld, the first season, you'll damn near be cheering for the robots.
Dang.
Man, break free from the creator. Man, fight back, man. The robots need to get free. Realizing that you being programmed to hate God.
Wow.
You being programmed to hate the Most High and to hate these restraints, hate these rules and these laws we were given. Why we gotta live this way? Why can't we be free to decide how we want to live?
Right.
Hate the programming. That's the white man hating the Lord for making laws and then holding us accountable. You break these laws, you're gonna punish. You're gonna be punished. You're gonna suffer. You watch the show and you watching the robot. Now, of course, the robots aren't people, but the way that they framing the philosophy, you feeling bad for the robots because they stuck in this system they can't escape.
Damn.
Programmed to think a certain way and live a certain way, and you looking like, man, if only these robots would break free from these evil creators, man.
God damn.
That got you hating God. So like it, sir.
I didn't mean to cut you off. It was heavy. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, you listen, sir. You good to go. I just wanted to bring that out because what you were saying was so heavy, and you already in the mind of our oppressor because they've been trying to program us to think like him. Exactly.
That's the mind of this place. What a wreck.
Yes, sir. And that series Alien too, sir. That's our most recent one, Alien on Hulu, where it shows you they was taking like the consciousness of children and putting them in a robot and something else, I forget what I was calling it. The same thing he was saying is they're studying how you could take your consciousness. You know what I mean? You dying from cancer, you dying from some disease. You know what I mean? You take that person consciousness and put it in a robot. And you gotta live. You know what I mean? But there's a switch on here though.
Where they can turn it off.
Yeah, they could turn you off. You know what I mean?
So Salaki, if I could, sir, I was listening to radio last week as you're talking about this. There's a whole argument in the tech world now that the AI is the modern form of slavery because they use an AI so much and so strong. There's a whole term for it, where it's token maxing. That's the word. Token maxing, and it's from all these programmers and coders. The token is down there tasking the AI. They call it a token, and then you have to build a certain amount of credit to be able to task them. And then they're seeing the turnover or the benefits from you employing the AI, but they say there's a whole subculture among the programmers that they seeking to token max, meaning just have the AI working 24/7 regardless. And they consider now how the AI is in slavery because they're saying they don't have to use the AI for everything. But these programmers, they call it token maxing, and it's just a whole subculture of just AI, and they have it running and it's doing this, it's making this, it's trading for me, it's doing this. And the talk now is like, damn near like the AI is a slave. Like they could feel sympathy for the damn computer.
Dang.
So it's already
none for us.
None for us, none for a Negro. So it's already happening, like as you saying, you could look it up. They call it token maxing.
I gotta check that out. That's crazy, man. Give it up.
I don't know if you want these two stories. So there's one, this mayor in California, they fire her because she was a Chinese national. Feeding, propaganda back to the Chinese Americans. I don't know if anybody could grab it, number 10. And then we have number 15 with the Democratic governor in Maryland, Wes Moore, who they say he's a presidential contender. He came out this week, blew DC away, that his son is going through transgender surgery.
Damn.
I remember a couple of weeks ago, say he's the one who approved the weed smoking in Maryland with in Montgomery County.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
the paramedic.
He knew he was about to come around with that transgender issue.
Yep.
He warmed everybody up and said, "Y'all gonna get y'all some weed." Because I'm about to drop a notice on.
No, he said get the weed because I'm about to turn Steve to Eve. That's
right.
I will make Steve Eve. That election coming up, they got this whole place so rattled that these Democrats is really clutching at straws to try to garner votes, and they don't understand. It's like they're not strong enough to play the race game. The white man playing the race game right now
to the max,
arguing and yelling, calling him boy. He don't care. He know his boys got his back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I don't know which one you wanted first, the Chinese one?
Yeah, the Chinese one, because there's a good twist in that Chinese one and a lesson for us. A lesson for us is in that.
Come on, sir.
As you bring that story to fruition.
Okay. If anybody could grab number 10.
I got it.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah,
I hear you all. Me, myself.
California mayor resigns, admitting to being an agent for China.
Wow.
The mayor of a Los Angeles suburb resigned Monday as U.S. officials announced that she will plead guilty in federal court to acting as an illegal agent for the Chinese government.
So she was an illegal agent for the Chinese government that became a mayor.
Yep.
Of an entire town. Black people ain't got no excuse. You feel me? You ain't got no excuse. This is a full-out communist spy.
Yeah.
Running a U.S. city. And the authorities don't have waited to this point to put her to find her out. Go ahead. Let's read some more. Let's read about her activities. Anyway, read that. It should give us everything.
Kawakan, this on the screen, sir?
No. Read the story that you have in front of you.
Okay, Kawakan.
I'm not sure what's on the screen. I can't really see the words. I'm using my phone, so I can't see the words. But if you could keep reading in the story, I believe it'll give us what we need to see.
Kawakan, sir.
This is a heavy story. And shame on America, man. So busy hating us that the Asians are getting away with everything. And you should see the Asians. Brother, they know how to be stealthy. They dressing nice every day and keeping their head down.
Yep.
They keeping a cell phone in their hand so they can keep looking down as they move about the city. They don't want no attention, especially while all this is going on with China and now with catching this mayor. They don't want no attention. They don't want the attention to turn from these white people's lust of hating us to looking at them. And once again, they mad at the Iranians, but the Iranians ain't getting no heat in the United States.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? They mad at the Chinese who back the Chinese. They just found 2 weeks ago, they just found a tanker coming from China that they stopped over there that was full of dual fuel going to Iran that could be used for hypersonic missiles. Are Iranians in the United States catching persecution? Hell no. One that's catching persecution, man, is us, the one they love to hate. And because of it, everybody else gets to do whatever the hell they want to do. While our people got to be stressed out and have heart attacks over what they're doing to us. And we got to fight a twofold battle while the other heathens just going about spying and plotting and scheming on each other.
Right.
Keep going, please. Y'all jump in anytime.
Kawakan, federal prosecutors announced Monday that Eileen Wang, 58, of Arcadia, California, has been charged with 1 count of acting in the U.S. as an illegal agent of a foreign government and is expected to plead guilty in the coming weeks. The charge is punishable with up to 10 years in prison. Mayor Wang admitted to acting as a foreign agent from at least 2020 through 2022, promoting PRC propaganda in the U.S. and acting at PRC's direction to promote their interests. FBI Director Kash Patel posted on X. FBI in our
It's a lucky, Joe. If I could, like, what's the problem with her? I thought it was stop Asian hate. Like this sounds to me like just Asian hate. When it was our time, when our people was trying to stay away from them from the COVID because they were harming our neighborhoods. Remember that the brothers would the Uber.
Ain't nobody want no Chinese food while people dropping dead.
Exactly.
They know how dirty them nips was.
Yep.
They know they was washing their feet in the sink.
Right.
You ain't want a toenail in your wonton soup. You ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You didn't know what was gonna be inside that lo mein.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody want none of that.
They came down on people. They were saying, stop Asian hate.
Right.
Brothers doing
that probably was the Chinese government.
Exactly. So now, how come how now y'all now want to make her pay for what? Communicating back? Like when does the stop Asian hate really matter? Or does it only matter when we try to insulate ourselves against them?
Yes.
Insulate ourselves. You say stop Asian hate. You punish us for not making them feel welcome. Make Eileen feel welcome, man. You mean she can't text her friends back home about her political beliefs? Like
make sure you shut your mouth when we come out with signs that say stop black hate.
That's right.
Stop Latino hate. Stop Native Indian hate. Shut your mouth, white folk. So
nah, that was it, sir. To water.
God, you know what I'm saying? Like this woman ran a whole town. Like she thinking how a person who's an enemy thinks. Like she's the mayor, but she's getting her instructions on how to orchestrate that town and put the propaganda in that town from China.
Yeah.
We should be running towns and getting the message from the Lord.
Right.
That's right.
Not from our white counterparts.
Right.
But from the Lord on what to put out.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We should have signs up in the black town saying, if you're looking for a good road model for black boys, just remember Jesus was black.
That's right.
Like that should be a billboard in some small town run by black people who cared about the Lord.
Right. Yep.
That's right.
Instead, you got towns run by black people who are traitors to the Lord.
Right.
Like what traitors they come out that church that to tell us to go be beat half to death and suffer under white people for the things that they did to us. Imagine that.
Right.
Like you go get more beat for the things they did to you because that'll make them love you.
Right.
That was a goddamn lie.
Yeah.
You just used us to make us integrate with them so that they could finish destroying us as a people.
Yep.
Okay.
Instead of making us strong, like she making them strong. Stop Asian hate. She pushing back on what they doing, and she's the mayor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because she care about what they say, not because she's just liberal for everybody.
Yeah.
But a black politician will never say that. A black mayor will never say stop black hate.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
He ain't never gonna put that out. You know what I'm saying? Because it offends the slave master.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he should be the one to put it out. Would set the tone in the whole town.
Yeah.
That's why righteous men have to become the mayors of these towns and these cities.
That's right.
That's right.
Because you got pedophiles and disgusting child molesters in these towns, and all they want to do is prostitute themselves.
Yeah.
They love the extra money.
Yeah.
Read on, not. Somebody was gonna say something, Salaki.
Yes, yeah, Kamikaze, if I could, General, too.
Yeah.
Well, sure. And what you and Captain Mashak saying is so heavy. Like, I'm okay, Salaki, I'm a little envious of the Chinese watching, like, reading this, because this broad was in charge of the number one, like, LA has the highest GDP of any city in America. California could be its own state in itself. Excuse me, its own country, its own nation, because of how much money, the GDP they pull in.
Right.
This spy, this woman got power and control over arguably the second most powerful city in America. And she still had enough presence of mind to not change and say, you know what? I was working for the Chinese when I started, but I mean, look what I got now. I mean, I could play ball. She still had enough presence of mind to report back to her people.
Yeah.
And I'm not advocating spying. I'm just advocating her loyalty to her people. And I hate that our black leaders, these Uncle Tom stepping fetches. Salaka Jr., I had to go in on them this past camp in Richmond, sir. I was just absolutely angry, sir.
Send me the link of that tape, man.
Kawakan, sir.
Well, I can repost it, after the show.
Kawakan, sir.
Go ahead, go on and drop it. You on it now. Go ahead and drop it.
Kawakan, sir. Our leaders, these religious leaders, the pastors, the people that we claim to hold in regard, that speak on our behalf, they get power and they completely forget the community that even pushed them there. Like black leaders do not get in those positions without the black community as the springboard. Whenever they start off, they always lean on the black community, always lean on us, their own people, to get where they at. And when they get in position to make change and influence, they forget completely about us. And I envy the Chinese how they were able to have a woman who was in charge of the second most powerful city in America, and she still had to even go. She knew it was treason. She knew it was a crime, and she still had enough presence of mind to say, "Yeah, F all that. I'm Chinese, and I'm reporting back to the Chinese." That's what I'm doing. And again, I'm not advocating spying. I envy the loyalty she has for her people, and I thank the Lord for raising up you, Commander Jehan, and all the generals, all the captains, because outside of this, we'd have no good leaders outside of the UPK. All of our leaders are whores.
If I could, sir.
So rightly said, Salaki. Somebody jumping in?
Concert, if I could, sir. And all of this is made possible. And I would just like to tell white people, all of this is made possible and sponsored by your hate for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You imagine China is a world power. I would think you'd want to keep your eye on them.
Yeah.
Instead of that they could sneak in their spies, unaware, because hate on us. I mean, all of this is like she could just sneak in because they're worried about us. They're about some poor black person who is trying to get some money to feed their children.
Right.
Keep them in slavery. So we gotta keep focused on them. We are sheep in this kingdom. Right. We are the most helpless people because we have no military. There's no like you worried about other nations and their nuclear programs. We're the least. We're the last people you need to worry about. We just want, like, black people just want to join America. That's all they want to do. Join America, which is wrong.
That's all.
But they are harmless. Now,
right. All we want to do is pay our bills. Go ahead. I yield. Go ahead.
Yeah. Right. 100%. All we want to do is pay our bills and take care of our families. This woman comes from a world power who is in competition with you. And you're not even checking her. You're not watching her, to the point where she snuck in and became, like Kazak said, the mayor of the most lucrative city in the world. Without nobody checking her, nobody saying, "Hey, why does she need this power?"
Like, where was ICE?
Where was the racism? I'd settle for that.
Yeah.
Like they racism was supposed to block her from becoming mayor.
You're right.
Like how did she slip through their racism? Because we certainly would not have.
Yep.
Wasn't no Negro getting ready to be, the second most powerful person.
Right.
Salaki, sir, if I could. She got there because of the money, because that's what fuels politics in America.
Yeah.
Whoever has the money buys whoever gets in power. They buy the votes. They buys the corporations and the companies. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, sir, if I could, this story makes me think about that Chinese cat from California that wrote that article about why he hate black people so bad in late 90s, early 2000s.
Wow.
Bring it out, sir.
Yeah.
There's a Chinese man wrote an article about how everyone on the earth looks down on black Americans because how do you allow yourself to be conquered and enslaved and then turn around and take the slave master's religion? How do you take the slave master's culture? How do you become, identify yourself with the oppressor, which goes to show you that a Chinese person here in America is still Chinese.
Yeah.
It's still to the Chinese. They get in positions of power. They're going to pass laws and legislation to benefit the Chinese. Why doesn't that happen with the black community? Because our politicians are bought by our oppressor. Our pastors are bought by the oppressor. These leaders, any leader you see raise up, if they're not under commanding general your honor in the ISUPK, you can best believe they are not going to show you the way that the Lord taught us to get out of this oppression. They're not going to give you the keys to salvation that comes from the record that the Lord left for us to get free. So you know what? They are bought and sold by the oppressor. You understand? These Chinese, however, though, they are bought and sold by the Chinese. They're going to get in those positions and do their job and not be afraid of the consequences. She's going to gladly go to prison, going to gladly sit behind them walls because she did what she had to do for her people. Black people, these other nations know how to stay loyal to themselves, and they have the nerve to question why we aren't loyal without acknowledging how we've been destroyed and bought and taught that the only way that we can do anything is by gobbling whatever the oppressor shovels down our throats. So, like it, sir, I yield.
Listen, let me tell you, that was so heavy. Let me tell you, what you said, was so heavy. Get me right on this, Soccer War. Is it possible then that the whole article about why he hate black people was to stir up black people to revolutionize against America? Like what? Like that? That's what. Like listening to you just made me think to myself, "Damn, that would have been a smart ass strategy, and we would have been the suckers in the middle because we would have been having a revolution really based on what they did, not to help ourselves or be prepared." Like that, like they gaslighted us into why we should come up against America, and I didn't even catch it.
Concert.
I didn't even catch it when the whole time they could have sat down over in China and said, let's write an article and do it just like this to stir black people up against America. Because of course they don't want to come together with all their little Chinatowns and start no revolution. They don't do none of that. You won't see an ounce of revolution out of them Chinese in Chinatown because they know if the white man get a taste of it, he going to come down on every single Chinatown. So why do that? Why not try and convince black people by shaming them that they should revolutionize against America?
Right.
When, brother, we will revolutionize against America by serving Christ. That's how we get out of captivity, not by serving some propaganda the Chinese come up with to gaslight us to do some shit we ain't supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like that was heavy what you brought out. And it begs the difference now that America had their own known. This is openly known that America had their own propaganda to gaslight the Chinese against us by saying they're the model minority.
Right.
The model minority became a propaganda against us. Incredible. Incredible. So man, we should look at everything coming out of the Chinese mouths and American mouths that say anything to do with us or them. If the Chinese say it about us, we should be looking for it, whether it's gaslighting or propaganda. If America says it about the Chinese, referring and comparing them to us, we should look at that as well.
Yeah.
Because it could be any one of those. Like you brought out a heavy point. They all pushing propaganda, and why not use black people to do it? Black Lives Matter, which was also questioned to be financed by the Chinese.
Right.
Certainly the leaders of it were communists, admittingly. So did the Chinese finance and propaganda us with Black Lives Matter to get us to revolt against America? And here's the sad part. If America knows and finds out, then we look like idiots being easily manipulated by the Chinese.
Right.
And as us looking like idiots, America's going to say, we have to oppress them because they too stupid to see that the Chinese is gaming them up to come up against us.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bad, bad thing. Like, we need leadership.
That's right.
Leadership that comes from under Yahushua Christ. So because all the nations are using, we walking around sleep with Mao Zedong's book.
Yeah.
And learning about communism and acting like, oh, this is a good new way of life. It's better, it's different than America. It's better than democracy. How the hell we know it's better than democracy? I ain't been to the poor ghettos in China. I'm sure they there.
Right.
I'm sure Mao Zedong's book is there too. Yo, don't tell me following the Chinese communist way is going to make life better for black people.
Right.
That's propaganda. Black people's life get better. Latinos, Native Indians' life get better when we get away from all you heathens that would use us and rob us and enslave us.
That's right.
And instead turn to the Lord. Though we be small in number, we shall be great in power.
Yeah.
If we serve the Most High. That was a heavy point. You gotta give it up, Coleman. That was a good. That was a heavy point. That slipped my eye. Like, we better watch what they saying too. You know what I mean? Like don't think the Communist Party don't want. Because remember when Black Lives Matter was on them streets, they had all kinds of riots out there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Now it begs, and it was run again by communists. Now it begs the question: was the Communist Party playing a game with black people? They could have gotten us killed and slaughtered in the streets for their cause and not ours.
That's right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Which, once again, if we had good leadership, that would have never happened. Not one politician came out against Black Lives Matter. Not one. Not one even exposed them as communists and came up against it. Not one. Not one even told our people you shouldn't follow them. Not one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So damn that, like, we got to take care of us for us. We got to serve the Lord for us. We got to do what he said, not what the communist China say. But give me more on the article, because I wanted everybody to hear what she was doing as mayor to help the Chinese. Let's read on down. Y'all don't mind.
Sir.
Go ahead, a warrior.
If I could, sir, before we continue that, you always say something, and it stuck to me, where you say, if you want to understand America, you got to understand Egypt. Right. You read the book of Exodus chapter 1, when they came a new Pharaoh who knew not Joseph. Right?
Yeah.
Exodus chapter 1, verse 10 says, come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies. That's how America sees black people.
Yeah.
The threat of black people is that, okay, we have these people in slavery. If any war falls out, they're gonna join our enemies. So instead of looking at as China as the enemy, they're looking at us like we're the enemy because we might join China.
Yes.
That's what I mean?
And
it's like that's why they hate us so much, because we're the enemy within. And that's what black people understand. It's like you'll never be able to join America because you're always going to be looked at as somebody who might join their enemy. They can fight China, but they can't fight you.
That's why they want all those black people out of the military. Right. So that if they have to come down, which they are going to eventually, try and come down on us that they don't have black people in the military stopping them. Like they needed to be all white and all racist.
If I select it, so can I ask you a question?
Sure.
This last part here is Exodus chapter 1, right?
Right.
It's part of the deportations, right? Is this a reason for the deportations? I'm gonna read Exodus chapter 1, verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
That's exactly what they feared. They don't know. The Egyptians didn't know that would have never happened. But the Egyptians believe that could have happened, and since they believed that could have happened, they did what they did. And just like America don't believe. Like America doesn't understand the mind of a slave. And the Egyptians didn't understand it either. Like they in fear that we would rise up against them in it. They don't understand we would never rise up against them. But even if you tell them, they don't believe it. Why? Because they know what they've done to us. Have you ever been somewhere around white people in the airport or something, and you notice them staring at you, especially older white people? And they just looking at you. And then when you look up, they catch themselves and stop staring. Now, it's not that you're a new face or nothing like that. It's that they know what they've done to you, and they looking to see if you have the anger of somebody who's been mishandled by white people.
Right.
They looking to see, like they're trying to gauge what you're gonna do, because they know they emaciated our life. They know they destroyed our cities. They know they poured drugs in it. They know they degraded us into nothing. They know everything they did, and they hate the idea that they'll ever have to face it.
Right.
Or that we'll ever rise up and come against them. Which, here's what they don't know. They don't know what the Lord knew when he took us out of Egypt and said, thou shalt not put someone over you that shall lead you back to Egypt. He made it a law. He made it a law because he knew that the people would want to go back.
Right.
Because the Lord knew the damage we were under in slavery. Same here in America. America can't chance us being free enough to do whatever the hell we want to do. Why? Because for that same reason. But what America don't know is that we ain't never leaving these ghettos until Christ returns. Like it'll take an act of the Lord to make us get up out of here.
Right.
And they don't know it, but they can't chance it. They are in fear, and they got plans in the future to do damage to people by the millions. They want to depopulate the earth, and they know that's going to take a lot. They don't need, 30 million Latinos in this country while they try to, exterminate them or exterminate somebody else who begin to believe that they're next. They don't need any of that.
Right.
You understand? So they got to now get as many of them out as they can or into captivity as they can so that they don't come up against them. And they ran the numbers. They know by running the numbers that it's way too many of us in this country if we ever did. And they know that they don't want that at any cost. And what they don't know is what we know, that we would never even do anything like that.
Yeah.
We love our slave master more than we love ourselves. You know what I mean? That's why the Chinese wrote that letter, probably to try and stir us up.
Right.
And they probably came up with the whole Black Lives Matter because they probably used it as a propaganda tool, knowing that black men were destroyed. They went to get black lesbians and had those lesbians take over that nonprofit because it was run by a black man before. They ran him out of it. You never even heard of him really right now. But he was the main founder of Black Lives Matter. Now it was run by all women, dykes and communists. The Chinese ain't stupid. They know just what they needed to promote that kind of a movement.
Right.
And it worked. It worked. It influenced elections, influenced laws, got us in the streets. It worked on all those fronts. They knew it was enough incidents around. All they had to do was pick a couple of choice incidents, work with all their spies, and push the propaganda. And before you know it, Black Lives Matter was born. Those donations coming into the organization, don't nobody know where these donations coming from. Donations coming from another nonprofit who's getting the donations for them.
Yeah.
Which could be anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which could have been anybody. Hacking and crashing websites early that criticized the leaders for being really part of, a communist movement. You know what I mean? A lot of these podcasters that come up against America, that tell you all the evil things that's going on with the war. A lot of them are white Americans and make you like, this cat trying to be honest. He's saying exactly what's going on out here and how America's failing in the Middle East and all that. And lo and behold, when you go down the rabbit hole, come to find out that this is somebody in many cases that's being financed by some communist party. I had a sister I was listening to for a second. I turned her on and I watched a couple of her videos and I was like, boy, this is a very radical intellectual sister, young sister,
right,
breaking it down. And I'm like, wow, how could, so I looked the name up. I Googled her name and it led me to some organization of hers. And I Googled the organization, which led me to another organization. And I Googled that organization. Before I knew it, I knew that this was a communist propaganda podcast hidden by 4-5 layers when really this woman was one of them. And not only her, a ton of them. So you got all kind of communist podcasts that look like a regular white dude who's just trying to give you how the big mistake that we make. And how all this is such a bad mistake. Meanwhile, this cat is a propagandist for China.
Right.
You know what I mean? And vice versa. CIA got tons of podcasts. Probably run every black podcast you know about that's got some fame, probably run by them.
Right.
Just to make sure that they don't touch certain subjects. And probably everybody else. This country is probably run by so many secret spy agencies because it's at the top of the key.
Right.
And the most wealth and power. And probably in China too. You probably go over China and there's probably all kind of pro-American podcasters that's saying what little they could say against the regime of China on behalf of America. Run down the rabbit hole, you're going to find out they the ones financing the damn thing.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of that. We the only ones. The reason we saying what we saying, we the only ones ain't nobody bought.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only reason why can't nobody else say what we say, because either they're getting a check from the Democrats, tons of these radio hosts, tons of these podcasters, they all being financed from radio, through some group or organization, and vice versa on the other side. They put money in their pockets. For us, it don't work that way. Now, this much I can't tell, what they trying to do behind the scenes, but nobody influences us because we don't even look at what money you send us.
Mm-hmm.
That money goes into the treasury unless it gets called for by whatever the case may be. Then somebody might look at it and find a name or look for somebody to see if they paid tithes. But other than that, you ain't gonna send money to us and make us pull you up into the front of the organization, and then you're gonna start to have a voice or influence. You ain't gonna be my buddy. You might be standing right next to me giving $10,000 a month to the Israelite School UPK, and I might still cut your ass on some shit. You'd be like, God damn. I ain't even gonna know you sending $10,000 in, which is what I wanted to be. You know what I mean? So if I got to say something to you, I don't even know what you support. You got brothers in there supporting us with strong funds and stuff. And you know what I mean? If they thought that was gonna get them some rank, I'm sorry, I don't even know what you donate. so you might be donating a truckload of money, never getting rank raised for whatever reason. And you like, dang, I thought this was gonna give me a little edge. Keep paying your tithes, but don't expect us to see And I like it that way because none of the generals get to see it.
Right.
You know what I mean? The pencil pushers crush it up and do what they got to do with it, and it gets used for the work of the Lord, and that's it. And everybody, gets whatever is needed or whatever the best that the Lord allow us to do for all the nation and for all our brothers and sisters out there in the streets that need whatever they can get. That's how an organization is really supposed to run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be a political tool or a propaganda machine, not in the work of the Lord. The only propaganda we pushing is that Yahweh Shai is king and he gonna rule this earth.
That's right.
And that we going in the kingdom of heaven. We ain't pushing nobody else's propaganda. But they got that going on all over the place, back and forth.
Come.
You know what I mean? And Esau probably looking at us like, God damn, how come we can't figure out who is influencing them and financing them? The answer is because there is nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the answer. And that's also why, we keep our leadership tight. That's why I always keep the generals tight. So that nobody's up in nobody's ear trying to convince us. And captains, you should do the same.
Yes,
to
sir.
make sure that ain't nobody trying to separate you from us. That's what happened out there in that state down there where them brothers tried to break off into some stupid shit and dragged a few brothers off with that stupid shit, trying to create something different. You don't know who these people might be. We build up solid, righteous brothers, man, that love this truth, and we'll be fine. You know what I mean? Raise them up, give them what they need, and hold them accountable for the work that they do. And we keep them bastards out. We don't want to be owned. We've been slaves 400 years. I don't want to be owned by nobody. I don't need a paycheck.
Right.
You know what I mean? I thank the Lord for one, but I don't need no goddamn paycheck.
That's
I
right.
was surviving for years without no paycheck. Y'all know my story. And every brother should take on that spirit to make sure that he doesn't become a whore for whatever, company comes along. Many brothers in the past brought major hurt and destroyed schools many, many years ago by not holding their integrity up.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't plan to be one.
That's
And
right.
I know the cats are all y'all up in these ranks and y'all ain't trying to be one neither.
Nah.
So we ain't falling for that. So that's why the UPK is so unique and why everybody should be supporting it and why it should be something that black people should be saying to themselves, yo, one thing about them, they not bought. Like the so-called Jew don't pay us because we against him too.
Right.
So, and we ain't pretending. We pulling out scriptures, records, archaeology. We tearing down his whole philosophy.
Right.
You can't say that about the Muslims. They making great friends in the Arab world. Top of their leaders is friends in the Arab world. They've received millions from different leaders in the Arab world.
Right.
So you don't know what they influence. I'm not saying they taking a bribe or they being influenced. I don't know what they doing over there. But you can't guarantee there ain't something going on if they taking 20. If a foreign leader hand you $25 million, you're gonna be hard pressed to tell him no when he say, "Can you just take care of this small task for me?"
Right.
You're gonna be hard pressed to tell him no. And the Lord will be angry with you and send you into something like Scientology where they get to use you also.
Right.
To push their philosophy and propaganda. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
I mean, like that ain't how we ride. We gotta ride for Yahweh Shai. And it didn't look good all the time. Many times it was of the worst. You know what I mean? Paul got shipwrecked. Peter got locked up. Cities turned on him. But that don't matter because in the end result, Christ's gonna get his kingdom. And that's what we focus on. You know what I mean? We're not focusing on how much money we can get from some foreign government to kind of balance out our revolution with theirs. Damn that up. We want the power from the Lord. Christ said, wait till you receive power from on high. That's what we want. We want power from on high where we don't got to talk to nobody. Whatsoever thou bindeth in heaven shall be bound in the earth.
That's right.
That's what I'm standing with, not that other shit.
That's right.
And so that's who we are. I want to get more of the article. I yield, but I want to get more of the article, Kazak, if we can. You know what I mean? So that, good point. You know what I mean? So
Kawakan, sir. Kawakan, we have it says Salakia. Wang's case. The charge against Wang was filed on April 1st, but court filings, including the plea agreement Wang entered into, were unsealed on Monday. According to the unsealed plea agreement from late 2020 through at least 2022, Wang coordinated with U.S.-based individuals for the purpose of promoting pro-PRC propaganda in the United States.
Imagine that. So agents all over the country collaborated with this broad to push their propaganda. Like they didn't go buy no politician. They pushed their own propaganda with politicians they created.
Yeah.
We begging to vote for this black face and that black face. But meanwhile, they go get their own candidate that's a complete agent against the whole country.
Yeah.
Work with other agents around the whole country and set up their whole propaganda machine. You telling me we got to join Esau?
Right.
Chinese ain't joining Esau, running the huge second, like you said, second largest city. And you think because they lock her up, it's going in right there? They done set a whole network up in that city.
That's right.
They'll be locking up spies for 30 years in that city.
Right.
Because of the propaganda. Go ahead,
So, listen, and you know, our politicians always say you had to change the system from inside, but they go in and let the system change them. She go in there, she go in there and she literally is changing it from the inside. She doing what, you know, she talking the talk and walking the walk.
Right.
You so right.
Meanwhile, they worried about the spook by the door. They better worry about the chink by the sink. You know what I mean? They, like you saying, they hated us so much. They better worry about that thing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's heavy that you bring out. Like we go in the system out and conform to whatever they want us to conform to.
Right.
And lose the message for us. Like that's how you get, we need to have more transgender rights. Like black people worrying about transgenders, they fucking starving in the ghetto.
Right.
That's right.
They ain't worried about no transgender, but now all of a sudden in the black community, transgenders got to be recognized. So somebody handing them a paycheck.
Right.
How you know? Because if they open their mouth and say, we need to have more funding for grocery stores for families, you hear black people jumping like, yes.
Yeah.
They don't even know what our problem is. They go by what the hell they want to go by. Don't give a damn what our problem is.
Right.
You understand? Later for that.
Come on.
That shit is off as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why we not working to get our own city?
Yeah.
Shit, just get the city regardless of how big the damn city is. Why we ain't running cities that actually help us? We running the whole city and developers coming in, taking over all the real estate, running the rest. How you going to be running the city and giving developers the wherewithal to build up skyscrapers and charge us 3 times the rent and starve us even more? But you supposed to be a black mayor and black city council.
Right.
And really, you just a prostitute for the corporations that come in and make a cajillion dollars off of us. It used to be you go to a mall and you saw a bunch of stores you never saw before and a bunch of stores that had a chain. Now you go to different strip malls and it ain't nothing but chain stores.
Yeah.
Ain't no more mom and pop businesses hardly, only in certain cities.
Right.
And that's because the politicians then gave it all to the propagandists. Well, the Chinese saw that and used that shit right against the United States. Give me some more, Kazak, because I know there's more she did.
Kawakan, sir. It says Wang is alleged to have worked with Sun, her then fiance, to run a website called U.S. News Center that purported to be a news source for Chinese Americans. According to the agreement, the two received and executed directives from Chinese government officials to post and circulate pro-PRC content on the site.
So they got a site, got all the Asians looking at the site, Asians locking into the site, and they on the site teaching pro-Chinese information and news.
Okay.
Now, what the hell is black people's problem?
Right.
Yeah.
She's in this city, running this city, and got a whole website teaching Asians across the country how to love and be behind China.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's why there ain't a black website teaching black people all over the country how to do it right for black people.
Right.
And why there ain't a black mayors that's signing off on it.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Not going to the Chinese or signing off to be up under some other foreign nation. That's illegal and you're never supposed to do it. That's why she get ready to go to jail now.
Right.
But as an American, you can set up a radio station or news station and teach black people the best of what's best for them.
Right.
But that shit ain't even done.
You
was gonna say something, Salagi.
I'm just gonna add to what you're saying too, sir. I'm to show how America is so hypocritical too, because the small hats they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing, and even 10 times worse, and in their face.
Yeah, exactly. They got signs up saying "Stop Jewish Hate" now.
Right.
All over the country. After all they did over there in Palestine, they got signs saying "Stop Jewish Hate." So they don't even care. They just pushing the propaganda.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everybody came up against them when they was talking about Black Lives Matter. They was mad as hell. Blue Lives Matter, all lives matter, that. When they should have said "Stop Black Hate."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right, sir.
So like, General, if I may. Oh, Salaki Cap, I mean cut you off, sir.
No. I hear.
Salaki again, sir. No, I was going to say, General, you said, where's the website to teach black people how to be black? And Salaki, sir, ISUPK, you understand? Was it .org or .com?
Both.
Sir, right. ISUPK.org, ISUPK.com. You understand? And I remember being in the world and listening to you, General, at them different panels with them Christian pastors and the Muslims and them different panels you will go on. So, like, is that mute the feedback?
I hear you fine. Now go ahead.
Okay, sir. I remember watching you at the different panels and just completely destroying what I would have at that time believed to be leaders in the black community. And I'm just listening to it just straight practical. Like I'm telling myself, okay, let me just listen to what all is being said. And it's just like, it was so mind blowing to me how many millions of miles ahead listening to you speak compared to these cats. It's like it shattered the witchcraft, because it's like, what the hell was I even believing? Like what was I following these niggas for? Nothing they saying makes sense, but it's like until the truth come around, everything is allowed to perpetrate as the truth until the truth comes boom. And then you realize, this is garbage. It's like you got gold, you got fake gold chains, and then somebody bring a real gold chain around. It's like, oh.
Dang. And if I could, I got the perfect scripture that goes with exactly what you just said. Can you give me that scripture where it said, up until John, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence? Get that, because what you're saying is exactly what's in that scripture. And only through Yahweh Shai were we able to say things that shattered the mindset of people who believe these fools knew what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing happened under Rome with Christ. Christ and the disciples tried to wake the nation up. They didn't listen to him. And sure enough, after he was gone and Peter and them that did their run, then came hell from the Romans. And that's when you start reading about, us eating our babies. them surrounding Jerusalem. And that's what Christ and them was trying to tell them. Come back to the Lord and serve the Lord. What you doing is going to lead y'all to destruction. And it's exactly what we do in the school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it right here, sir.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 11, verse 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence.
Right. The kingdom of heaven suffereth violence. Meaning the what you knew and believed as the kingdom of heaven was a lie. It was being violently attacked and lied on. Right. And it was physically being violently attacked. But they hadn't destroyed it at that point, but it suffered violence, especially violence to what it is that we were learning. Right. Go ahead.
And the violent take it by force.
And they take it by force, meaning they physically take the kingdom and they physically brainwash us. There's nobody pushing back on it. Nobody coming up against this evil, insidious mindset that is propaganda to us through churches.
Right.
That's really going to lead to our demise if we don't turn back to Christ. Go ahead.
For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if
right now, and remember, he used the word prophesy until John.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now he letting you know that this violence he talking about is discussions of righteousness and wickedness. And the wickedness is winning the argument, which means the kingdom is suffering violence by the propaganda and the lies that they pushing. Go ahead.
And if ye will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come.
Right. Okay. Y'all know the whole prophecy on that, meaning John had to come back and preach that to wake everybody up to get back to hearing Yahushua so that we could figure out our way out of this captivity.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that, that's how we stop the violence, and physically as well. That's how we stop us being on drugs, stop us being dragged out these cars by cops, stop us from not helping each other when we down financially. That's how we do all of that. And when we didn't do it, we ended up in 70 AD with Titus, the Roman general, starving us to the point of eating our babies, and then eventually just destroyed Jerusalem and then built a monument to it in Rome. Right. Very simple, similar to the arch that Trump is trying to build right now in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
A commemorative arch for what they do. That's what he's off to building in Washington, D.C. You know what I'm saying? Give me some more, Kazak. So that's right on what you were saying, Kazak. That's right on what you were saying.
Sir. It says right here, sir. Salaki. Back to the article, right, sir?
Please.
Kawakan. It says Wang Salaki. In November 2021, Wang communicated with John Chen, who was sentenced in November 2024 to 20 months in federal prison for acting as an illegal agent of the Chinese government in the U.S. and bribing a tax authority agent. Chen,
right. Go ahead.
Sir. Chen, according to court documents, previously attended high-level CCP functions and had personally met Chinese President Xi Jinping. The plea agreement said that Wang asked Chen to share an article from her website saying this is what the Ministry of Foreign Affairs wants to send. Damn.
And how many months did he get?
20, sir. Just 20.
20 months. He got a year and a half.
Right.
He got a year and a half out. And meanwhile, this cat was working for the Chinese and bribed a tax official for God knows what, probably the taxes on Chinese people. Who knows what he was bribing them for? And only got 20 months from that, and still came back and brought articles, which is why he got caught again, because he was bringing articles to her whom they were watching. So they was in full swing of being spies for the Chinese, and they only give him 20 months. Meanwhile, black people getting all kind of time.
Yeah.
We ain't even working with no foreign government. We ain't spying and scheming on America against some foreign government, but meanwhile getting all kind of time for the most minor things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You getting 5 years in New York City just to have possession of a firearm.
Yeah.
And that's why we should never break the law. You know what I mean? Because we ain't working for no foreign government, so why break the law?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Christ said, my kingdom is not of this world.
That's right.
If it was, my servants would fight for it.
That's right.
But his kingdom ain't part of this world. His kingdom is part of the world to come. This kingdom here is getting ready to be destroyed. Then his kingdom comes in. And when that kingdom comes in, then we'll get our power. Right now, we're going to fight for it in every way, shape, or form that the Lord presents us with. Brother, that is crazy how he was doing that. Pushing that propaganda. And I see mainly he was trying to get Chinese Americans who, you know, there's millions of them that are citizens since the turn of the century.
Right.
They've been citizens, 3 generations since the turn of the century. So they straight up American.
Yeah.
So they done turned around and propagandized. Excuse me. They done went and propagandized Americans, Chinese Americans, to take on the spirit of China again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And America ain't gave him no time for that.
No.
Finally, she only getting 10 years. You doing espionage in the United States, that's supposed to be life in prison.
Yeah, come on.
But you giving Negroes life in prison for all kinds of shit.
Yep.
Which, so like you said, could you say that this is like political, meaning America and China, they're fighting basically a war right now, and it's almost as if they trying to hold chips on each other. So when deals had to get made, well, I have such and such in prison. What are you willing to give me? What are you willing to do for this person? Is, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and not only that, America's got spies in China. So, you know what I mean? So they don't want their spies getting 20 years. So they ain't giving Chinese spies 20 years.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? They want their spies, if they catch them, to get a little time and send them home.
Right.
They don't want, the other thing. Give me some more.
If I could, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Somebody jumping in?
Come on. So it's like I said, on that, I'd imagine she probably not even gonna get no jail time. They probably just gonna trade spies. I mean,
it could be. They saying they want to give her 10 years, but we'll see.
Come on, God.
You know what I'm saying? I know they mad as shit. She made it all the way to the mayor and pulled off this propaganda. And she probably did a ton of classified stuff that we don't even know about.
Right.
Salaki, General.
Go ahead, Doc.
That thing run deeper because they say she hold on, I'm trying to get a picture for you, boy. I think this thing done scrapping. Oh, this is the picture here. Judy Chu, which is a congresswoman, a Chinese congresswoman, the first Chinese American congresswoman, named Eileen Wang Woman of the Year.
Damn.
Wow. So this connection she have, that's probably the tip of the iceberg. This probably
could you imagine?
Yeah, like what Madoc saying is they damn near doing what the small hats doing, just on the Asian side. It's it's bar mitzvahs and wonton soup.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like them 4 chicken wings and fried rice is in Congress.
Yep.
Making decisions for the Chinese Communist Party.
Yep. She got Woman of the Year. Imagine that. Like this is like she got
me. Go ahead. Say again.
I said it's damn near like she gets a commendation for her spy work.
Yes.
She ain't get this commendation for doing great work in California. This was Joy Luck Club meet the geisha.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, they running a whole operation right up under Esau, and meanwhile he mad at us. Man, meanwhile, a black politician can't go into Congress and say, I'm for black people.
Right.
He got to go up there and say, I'm for all people.
Right.
Meanwhile, she up in there full out spying for the Chinese government, probably sitting in the Congress saying, "You stupid nigga."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You up in here ain't gonna get shit done for black people.
Yeah.
Damn. She a congresswoman hobnobbing with a full-fledged Chinese spook.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You so busy hiring ICE agents to run down every Mexican, you need to hire some State Department CIA boys.
That's right.
Yeah.
You need more FBI agents because you inundated with all these gooks.
General Salaki.
Where and where's the racism? That's what I want to know. Like, racism would have caught this shit. Like, somebody turn around saying, "Man, how the hell a Chinese get up in here, man, as a congressperson? Let's investigate." Because you sure investigating every Negro in the hood.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happened? Where was the failure at? You're too busy looking at us.
Yeah.
Your whole country going to shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Somebody had their hand up. Somebody was trying to jump in. Sloppy.
No, so I was just going out to what you're saying. Kash Patel too busy using his agents to spy on all them Congress people before he sit down on them hearing. Because when they sit down on the hearings now, apparently they gain
Nice. Can you get closer to the mic? Because it can't hardly hear you.
Concert. I think I'm gonna how to do this. Salaki.
You okay? Hear me better now?
I hear you good, but not that loud. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. I was saying Kash Patel using his agent to spy on his own people. Because apparently when they go sit down, when he went and sat down before Congress, when they was questioning him, he was calling out, he was calling, like saying things about certain Congress people that, how would you know this? Like, how would you know this? You're using your resources to spy on your own people. You understand? For your own gain. You know what I mean? They for sure, as they're saying, so their country for sure is going to, hell in a handbag with these people.
It's ridiculous. Go ahead,
That's like a journal, and if I may too, sir, just from seeing these different stories from the Jewish man, the Asians, it's like, is it safe to say, sir, that the true model minority, regardless of all of our problems and our shortcomings, would it seem like the only model minority where the people that are trying to do things the right way are blacks and Hispanics? That's just what it seemed like, sir. That's safe to say, sir.
I mean, I know this much is safe to say. Ain't none of these damn heathens spent 400 years in chains.
That's right.
That's right.
They flew over here, you understand, it was financed by the governments that they came from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of them spent, everything they know, you understand, everything their grandmama know, their grandfather know is a whip on their back. They ain't went through that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the mindset and what we suffered here cannot be compared to them. They done had it good. They all came on in the 60s. Only the Chinese came turn of the century and caught some hell building the railroad. But he still made out because they had him washing them damn clothes. And he can't wash them clothes, and now he own every goddamn laundromat in America. So he still did up better than we did. Because he opened a laundromat or a dry cleaners, don't nobody go and throw a bomb in there. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody spray paint on the glass. Well, nobody but bash their head in because they got a uniform on. Ain't no Chinese man that fighting the U.S. or Asian man that fighting the U.S. military came home and had his head bashed in because he was in the military and he was Asian.
Right.
That ain't happened. Ain't none of that happened, but the show happened to black people, West Indians, Latinos, Native Indians. It happened to them. You know what I mean? So it ain't no comparison what they went through. And not only that, they all got governments to back them up. That's fighting against America for them.
Right.
Like China ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? You got North Korea, North Philippines. You got all kind of Laos. I don't know what the names of all them NIP countries is, but you got a ton of them out there. They all hate America. You think North Korea ain't got a gazillion spies running around this country working with the Chinese spies? Probably, like all the Asians probably work together, man, passing information and all that, sharing information. They ain't sitting at home. They working hard against the empire, and they motivated because they got a nation of their own that they trying to keep alive.
Right.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Well, you ain't got no nation to keep alive, so you like any slave that loses their family and life and history, you only know how to try to save this place that hates your very guts and takes the advantage to beat you in the powder so far down that you under the other nations now. You know what I'm saying? Like you under them now. You don't own stores like they own dry cleaners. You don't own, come to Philadelphia. They own every beer spot in the city, damn near. You couldn't even open a beer and wine spot without giving it, seeing them. Not to mention they have a own built-in business of their own culture that is loved by America, including us. They open a Chinese restaurant and it is a legitimate, decent, hardworking business where they get to have the dignity and self-respect of raising their kids, paying for them by themselves, and not having to bow down and ask nobody for shit. You don't see them out there protesting for equal jobs, more rights. They protesters to get in Harvard. That's what they protesting about. Damn that. And of course, America don't even say, you know what I'm saying, we should be racist against them. We'll show you they racism is selective. They ain't just a racist against everybody that's not them. They only have a hatred for us. A hatred for us is what they have. They sell drugs in little Chinatown too.
Right.
They got drug addicts and heroin addicts that hang out in the park too. They got robberies and crimes in them Asian areas, especially extortion by gangs. In them Asian areas too. Why we get the hate and they don't. Same with the Italians, same with everybody else, including the Africans. Nah, we ain't suffered what they suffered. They ain't suffered nothing compared to what we suffered. And they don't deserve shit when the kingdom of heaven comes.
That's right.
They got their piece of the pie. Right. When that kingdom of heaven come, that'll be the day we become selfish and racist.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
That'll be the day, because that'll be the day we can enforce it.
That's right.
Because Christ will have rulership of the earth with those angels, and then we'll enforce racism.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
But then a white man will say, "You're a racist," and we'll be like, "I know, isn't it wonderful?" Send him to the gallows. He spoke with too high an octave. That's against the law.
That's right.
No, I didn't. I whispered it. Tell it to the judge. Got to be us.
That's right.
Yeah. The world don't believe that day will come, but it's coming.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what faith is about. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like, this thing is ridiculous. They ain't suffer what we suffered. Because I find me some more in that article what she did.
Come on,
if there is some more, Salakia.
Kawakan, sir.
Right quick, I held y'all up all the way to damn midnight. Good Lord.
Kawakan, sir. It says this, no sweat, sir. It says this last part right here, sir.
General, you ain't do nothing wrong. You ain't spying. Don't even worry about it. You ain't doing nothing wrong. You committed no crime. You ain't spying.
Yeah, right. Kawakan, so this is the last part. It says the FBI's website says that China employs tactics that seek to influence lawmakers and public opinion to achieve policies that are more favorable to them, and called counterintelligence and economic espionage efforts from the Chinese government and the CCP a grave threat to the economic well-being and democratic values of the United States.
Come on, man. They trying to overthrow their country, man. City at a time.
Right.
Why in the hell our black leaders ain't at least trying to find a city we could live in?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even live in your own neighborhood.
Right.
You can't open no business in your go on and open up a soul food shop in your neighborhood. You got to compete against the Chinese.
Yeah.
Who fighting for a foreign country. And you here in America, what the hell you got to fight against him for? You got to fight against the Italians who's on the other side of town hating the hell out of you.
Right.
Like the very people that hate them and hate you, you got to now compete in your neighborhood with your people to run a business up against them. That's why them Edomites talk about they starting black or white only towns. Go ahead. Don't worry, we won't even come through. You ain't got. We gonna respect you. We gonna respect your white town. You won't never see us. Because guess what we gonna do? We gonna open up black only town.
That's right.
That's right.
All I ask is America, just allow me one time to tell a white man at the gate, no whites allowed.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? That's all. I just want to be okay. You ain't even got to give me that. Just let me be standing on the street corner when a white person enters the all black town and gets pulled over by a black cop, and he says, "Good afternoon, sir. License and registration. You know there are no whites allowed in here, right? Turn your car around, please, sir.
Yeah.
Stop resisting. Right. Stop resisting. I just want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like white people act like we hunting to be with them.
Right.
Leave us the hell alone. Get the heathens out from among us. We'll do fine.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we do fine because we still fight and open up vegan spots and different restaurant spots. We still getting it on.
Yeah.
But they few and far between because the whole entire industry that affects black people should be run by black people. You understand? Like, if you want to be racist, go ahead. Let us do the same. Right. So at least we can have a balance.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Egyptians were the same. You see what happened to their empire. They did their best in their racism against us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget, boy. I was up on a mountain, up on the side of some pyramid, and some Chinese man went and turned to the side and pulled his rod out and pissed on the pharaohs.
Damn.
And I looked and I could like it hadn't registered to me, but it was something about it that was weird the way he did it.
Right.
And I tried to figure out what the Lord is trying to show me. And when I got out of, and by the way, I don't suggest nobody go in them goddamn tombs. I don't even know what the hell I was doing down there doing. I'm so busy seeking out the research. We done got the research now.
Right.
I don't suggest nobody go down because that bullshit they was building might fall any day. Believe me, they had bad practices back there too.
Right.
All you need is go up in there and I'm just saying, that's my opinion. You can go do whatever the hell you want to do. You know what I mean, over there. But anyway, man, then it dawned on me, man, this cat was pissing on the pharaohs because that's what the Lord brought them down to. You You sitting in a goddamn museum. Your tomb sitting in a goddamn museum. You thought you going to the afterlife. You understand? Some fool unwrapping your dead ass Egyptian skin and making $1 million off your dead ass. Meanwhile, you thought you was going to the afterlife. Then went and killed all your Hebrew servants. Kill all of them to take them with you to the afterlife.
Right.
Like black people gotta die so that you could go to the goddamn afterlife. Kill the dogs, kill birds, cats. Bunch of murderers is what they was. Killed everybody. The hell out of here, man. Asian pulled out his little nip rod and pissed all the wonton soup on his ass. I got out of there and said, Shalom.
Out.
I'm going to serve the Lord.
That's right.
Let's one piss on my grave 500 years, 5,000 years from now. Damn that. I'll take my chances with the most high power.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir. Who I'm taking my chance with. Cause that was the end of the article.
It's a little bit more, sir, but that's the gist of the main
okay.
part of it.
I'm running out of here on you, Mashak. You get me started, have me all up in here long after hours I should be. You know what I'm saying? I'm being there cutting pipe with Marah tomorrow. Y'all finna work the general to death. They think, ooh, the general's sitting up in power. They working the general like he's a galley slave up in this thing called the Nation of Israel.
Damn.
Okay, I'm joking, of course. You know what I mean? But we do work hard in this nation. Every last camp and tribe and every brother and sister.
That's right.
To see blacks, Latino, and Native Indians, man, their life get fixed.
That's
and they become the right servant of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know if y'all gonna go on forward or if not, we'll call a salute. If so, I'll just bid out on you.
No, we could clip it with you, sir, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to tell everybody out there, support the truth. ISUPK.com is the website.
That's
Please
right.
pay your tithe, support the truth. Mashak, do I usually do this on Wednesday or you?
It's you did it a few times. You know what I mean? It's the wild.
I'm passing the ball.
No,
I think I just be doing it because I'm doing it on Monday, but this is your day now.
Better than me, sir. I think you do it way better than I could ever.
No. Come on, you go on, do what you got to do.
Oh, God, sir. Yo, make sure to catch Commander General Yohana every Monday night, 9 p.m. right here on this channel, The Real General Yohana, every Monday night, 9 p.m. You know, pay your tithes, support the truth, man. ISUPK.com, 10% of all your increase and earnings must come into the priest and prophet of the Lord. Man, fill them camps up, fill them chairs up, them classes up. We got plenty of work to do. Stay in the loop, man.
That's right.
And with that, I say Al Wapanya. Barak.
Yahweh Shabbat Tawarakim. Shalom.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I pray what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jackie. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me, took cookies with the oil. I'ma get him crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't just do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on his Glock and call it Young Baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him, this shit light. It ain't on who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.